Hey guys, it's Lauren from the WeightWise Fitness Center. Today I wanted to talk to you about your inner thighs. So a lot of us have areas here that we like to call trouble zones because it's a little bit softer in here and it's kind of a little bit of a harder area to target. So I'm going to give you a few different exercises you can work on at home or at the gym in order to target this area a little bit more. Okay, so one thing we can do is just by lying down on our mats. So we're going to get to our side. So we're going to stack both feet on top of each other, our hips on top of each other. So we don't want to be leaning back or leaning too far forward. I'm going to take that right arm down to the ground. So you can either stay here or you can go ahead and elongate out head in your hand. So my knees, my hips, and my feet are all stacked right on top of each other. I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to press it down into the mat for a little bit more stability here. So I'm going to take my left leg across, or the top leg across, and I'm just going to lay it here. I'm going to point that right foot, and I'm just going to lift this leg here. So this is a really easy exercise to do watching TV at night, just to target into that inner thigh. I always tell my classes, think about what you're doing. If you connect that mind to body, if I'm thinking I'm working that inner thigh, I'm going to feel it a lot more than if I'm just sitting here and just lifting my leg, okay? So think about the muscle you're trying to target. I think you'll feel it a little bit more and you'll get a little bit better results with it. Okay, so that's one way to do it, and then you would just switch sides. You might do 3 sets of like 15 reps on each side, okay? Another way to do it is some of my favorite workouts, which are bar workouts. I like to target these a little bit more because it does help to tone your thighs a little bit more, and it's kind of fun. It reminds me of taking ballet or dance when I was little. So we're going to start with our feet wide, a little bit wider than our shoulders. We're going to turn those toes out, okay? So our heels are going to plant, our toes are going to turn out, our hands are going to come to our waist. And we're just going to plie down and then lift. So down and lift. So I'm trying to think about targeting those inner thighs as I pull myself up, okay? So coming down and lifting. If you wanted a little bit more of a challenge, you could always hold a little weight in your hand, and that would help too. Another way I like to really challenge is drop to this plie position. So I want to try to get as low as possible without being hurt or without sticking my booty back. I want to have a nice neutral spine, pulling my shoulders down and back. So I might just sit here and pulse, maybe for 10. I might lift that right leg for 10, drop and go to the left for 10, and then maybe challenge myself with coming up on both heels for 10 here, dropping again for another 10 singles, okay? So that will really help to not only target your quads, your hamstrings, but also that inner thigh muscle, which we could all use help with, right? Another way we could work on this is lateral, like curtsy lunges. So keeping our left leg planted, we're going to have our hands on our hips. We're going to step back and across with that right and pulling back together. So stepping back, dropping it down, pulling in, and going to the other side and in. So we're really having to work on stability here. It's going to target into the outer part of our thighs, but also into the inner part, okay? And that's it for inner thighs.